Can you see me?
I don't think the camera likes this light.
It's stuck. Is it rusted?
Yeah, the whole thing's rusted. Here.
Who'd you buy this from?
I ain't bought it yet.
Been getting a lot of requests for this video. I'm sure there's other videos out there doing it, but people asked me to do it, so we're gonna do it. Justin didn't even want disc brakes, but I convinced him to do it to his, so we're gonna put disc brakes on the rear and get rid of his drums. He went a little overkill and bought more stuff, but we'll get it unboxed and show you exactly what you gotta have and don't gotta have, what you can do, that kind of situation. But this video I normally don't do, is step by step. I'm gonna make sure to show you every step so you can do it at home. You don't have to have a lift, but I get tired of that comment, but it just makes it easier to do in the air. And while you're here, haven't told anybody, this summer I'm gonna extend onto this, clean this mess up. Never mind, I'm gonna delete that scene. So Justin doesn't even know yet, I don't have a backing plate off, so that's his job that he don't know about yet. But you can see pretty much got everything else new. Rotors, pads, calipers. He's got axles. We'll probably elaborate on that when we're doing them, but you don't need axles. That's just his. By the time he bought bearings and seals, I don't know what the money difference was, but his thinking was we can take his stock axles and keep them as trail spares. That's why we're doing it. And I got 3 stickers. Yep, got stickers. So that's where I was going. The backing plate is basically, when you buy a kit, is all you're paying for, because you can buy everything else new, but you can't buy the backing plate, which I don't even have one to show you. But I'm hoping by the time this video comes out, I'll have pretty much everything you need to do this conversion yourself. We'll see. I hope to have them on there. But like I said, all you actually are paying for is the backing plate. You can buy everything else new, and I recommend it.
Oh, am I supposed to add anything?
No.
No. So I got to take a backing plate off?
Yep.
Fine.
Go ahead and let that one be draining. There's a baby killdeer, whatever them things are called. Mom and Dad are trying to attack me. So you can see these are just all Cherokee rear ends, and they all come with drum brakes. So 94 or 5-ish, somewhere around there. The ZJs, which I'll show you later, they decided to go to disc brakes. Hey, there's that Rubicon 44. So this is what you call the ZJ. These rows are 96 through 98. And then over here, a little bit of difference. These are the 93 to 95, give or take. Those are the ones you're after, but the ones like the 99 to 04 WJs, those are different. They do not work. But I think the new trendy thing is Liberties. And I feel like you can probably find more of those sitting around and pick apart. I'm gonna learn something myself in my own video. I never knew Liberties had drum brakes. I thought they were all disc. So I don't even know what years, to be honest, but you can see that's pretty much the same setup as the ZJ, but there's one difference on the hub-centric part, but we'll explain that in the shop. So he's got the pan off, dripping all this nasty gear oil out. He was smart enough to leave it in neutral, but I always forget because I got stuff on my mind. What I do is find the shifter. If you can see, I got a pry bar. I'm right in there. Oh, that one just fell right off. And then you can just knock it forward. Park is all the way back, but just don't forget to put it back on there before you let it on the ground, or however you're doing it. Not related to this video, but I went and found a rear end to steal it off of, and I've got it marked bad, and it just spins. Like, it felt good, it just doesn't spin the rotors. So we can't figure out, yeah, look at there. It had one bolt holding it on there. You may have seen the short video. I think somebody probably got a mechanic mad at them and they stuck one bolt in, and I don't know. I don't know how this would happen.
Can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, I didn't make this up. So one thing, if you're taking them apart, is this ABS sensor. You have to take it out because it won't come past the little flange part there. Not much light, but you can see there's a pin right there. That is a 1/4 inch box end of the wrench. Some people call it a E7 or 6.5. It's not.
Can you see me?
I don't think the camera likes this light. So I told Justin I wasn't going to help him, and here I am. Oh, you see, that is a 1/4 inch wrench. If you can read, probably not.
Be careful because they will strip out and it's a pain.
Yep. So this one I can't hold still easily. Hand is not a hammer. So now they just take a little bit of, they usually got thread locker on there. So let me get it out.
I'm looking at the camera. I think I'm just in the clouds over there. I don't think you can even see me. One day Dexter's gonna get an expensive camera. Yeah, that one was expensive, wasn't it?
All been expensive. So now you slide that little pin out. Hopefully, if everything's right, you can reach around and pull it through, and it's not. So if you're taking apart, sorry about the lighting. So once you get the pin out, if you can reach around and just pull the pin this way, that helps. If not, roll it all the way over. So now we've rolled it over, the holes on the other side. Get like a chisel.
Slow down.
All right, just trying to get it. I think it hit the ring.
I think it did. Which way are you going?
Rolling forward.
Forward. Oop.
Freed up. Now we got a little more gap. A little farther. Don't go too far though. You can see if you go too far, it'll hit down here. Keep on going. Now get a screwdriver of some sort. This one's just a little rusty. Oh, that bolt's got in there.
Chewed it up.
Or something. Maybe. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
So now, we'll show you again on Justin's. You just slide the axles in, maybe with a hammer.
Yep. You actually see that on camera.
Clip is stuck. Oh, the clip's stuck. Is it rusted?
Yeah, the whole thing's rusted.
Dadgum.
Here.
Who'd you buy this from?
I ain't bought it yet.
There we go. Thing.
Looks like you've never done this before.
Yeah. So now the clip fell in oil as it always will. Usually you can go in here and pry back.
Here, use that pry bar.
This should... Come on. Now we can get the backing plate off.
All that for a Dana 35 axle, huh?
They actually sell $600 new. Now come here, we'll cut the camera at this point. There's four
Focus. Yep.
9/16 bolts right there. You take them off and this just slides off. So we'll show you on Justin's when we get in the better lighting. All right, so we're about to take the backing plate off. Show you that.
Need to lube them down a little bit.
I don't know if that's the right stuff, but
It works.
I'll spray.
Told you it works.
When we get in here, I'll show you a cool way to get these e-brake lines off.
These can be a pain sometimes.
These are pressed in like a lug nut stud, so they should hang out. Now, probably need a hammer. Tap right there. Come back over there. Come on.
Struggling.
They get hung on this dust shield right there.
Oh.
We're not using the dust shield. I'll explain that here in a little bit.
There we are.
So that piece of cast iron is what you're paying for.
That right there.
Yep. So this particular Jeep does not have an e-brake, and I'll show you why. About completely forgot. Justin just reminded me. This has been 2 weeks later. Why he does not have an e-brake? He opted for the cup holder option. So he got rid of the e-brake, just grabbed a WJ cup holder. I guess it's screwed down. And now he has a Cherokee with a cup holder.
Priorities, man.
Priorities.
Priorities.
But we're going to get rid of, we're going to do an e-brake delete kit.
How do you get these off here?
These are pretty easy. You'll want to hold your finger over them and then just slide.
That's it?
That's it. This one's already off. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Now, the dust shield, that's optional. I personally take it off there for, they get rocks and mud and just eek and all that. So you could leave it, but the little rivets right here, we're just gonna grind them off there and then take this off. This thing, oh, I gotta show them that part.
Yeah, show me that part.
Let's see what's going on here.
You know what you're doing?
That just falls out right there. It just kind of hooks into there. But this is always so aggravating.
Figure something out.
Yeah,
Y'all gonna love the reason why I don't have an e-brake on mine.
half or a 13 millimeter. And this one's kind of rusty. Push it up on there, and then you can just wiggle it. That's rusty.
I've seen him do it before. It works.
This one's kind of rusty. It's kind of rusty, and there we go. But like I said, not doing e-brake on this one. Let's get these dust covers off.
That's all you gotta do right there.
Want that flat look?
Is there only two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn around.
Turn my body around.
It's gonna throw them at me.
It's gonna throw me to you. And then you just gotta tap on it.
Tap, tap.
Oh,
There
I
we
didn't
go.
even have to do that.
So, like I said, not mandatory.
Just looks a little cleaner anyway.
I think it looks better. Just when you go off-road and you get rocks in there and they're just grinding away, just kind of prevents that. So maybe this one will go a little smoother. I've got like a brake line wrench. This one is a 5/16 or 8mm. I don't know which one, but maybe it'll stay. Nope. Yep. It's got that. Now I luckily got an intact gun. Thread lock. Is your pin, bro? No, it's good. So now I'm gonna lay it in the dirt down there. Hopefully Justin's is a little better working condition. Reach around and you can take and just pull it out.
Yeah.
So that's that.
I was worried that this wasn't gonna have any gear oil in it because it's been leaking out the end down there.
So now maybe this one will go a little smoother. Oops.
Don't do that.
Yeah. You need to grind your yoke down on your drive shaft. So now, let's see. Again, you push forward on the end of the axle.
Look at it.
Did it go far enough?
Yeah.
I can't see. Yep. And then you can just slide your axle out.
What do I have? 27?
27.
Dadgummit.
Dadgummit.
The reason I'm asking, well, he's already said is I bought 29s in hopes that this was a 29 so I could just put those cheap axles in here.
Okay, that's what you was doing. So he was going to keep the factory axles
Yeah.
to go in an off-road rig and then put the cheap USA standard. We're just assuming that those are made cheaper than those.
Well, when you go to order them, there's different prices, which I'm assuming is different grades or whatever, and those were the cheapest ones, so I was assuming they're
Just
lower
cheap.
grade steel, but
Anyway, he's good. He's going to stick on 27 spline.
yep.
So show him right here.
I was gonna say this was the whole reason that we started this was every time I tap the brakes or back and forth, it would just the whole rear end would thud.
It would just sit here and just shudder, and I think it was getting oil on there. When it would finally break the oil surface, it would like grab, kind of like the way my clutch is on my KTM. It just whoa. So that's the reason. By the time we was gonna do all this anyway, figured we'd make a video for y'all. So Justin was all worried. I don't know if you've ever seen a disc brake tool. That's for the springs, and I've got one that does this fancy thing there. But luckily, you don't have to do it. You can just kind of raise this up out of the way.
The whole thing.
And then same principle, 4 9/16, and then back here. Hopefully that one don't round off on you. And the way we're gonna do it, we're just gonna leave the line the way it is. But I'll show you a couple different ways you could do it. But right now we're gonna get it took apart.
Do we need to do the brake pedal thing
Brake pedal thing.
so it won't leak?
Hey, that's a good trick. I forgot about that.
I learned that on Dex's Jeeps.
Nope, Dex Chase.
Dex J.
So too awkward to get on video. One trick I've learned, if you'll take like a pry bar and just push the brake pedal down any certain amount. If you know how a brake reservoir works, it's made where when it's up at the top, it'll just free flow or back. But when you push it down, it won't let it just drain the reservoir. So your brake lights may have to ride on, but that way we won't be pouring fluid everywhere.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Brake lights may be on, but if you can see, this camera just won't focus.
Is that what you've been trying to do the whole time?
Camera won't focus, but it's not leaking. It would normally be pouring. So he's got his axles and seals put in. Now we're on the going together process. This is the only kicker. If you got a Dana 35, this slides right on. But if you've got the Chrysler 8 1/4, the hub centric right there just is barely, I don't know why they messed this up, but it will not fit. So this safety guy right here, it's gonna take one of these tools here with a die grinder bit, whatever. And you just have to make some more room.
I like my hearing.
I didn't have safety glasses. But I'm pretty sure the new thing is the Liberty is already enlarged to fit that. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll try one day, make a short out of it. But if I do sell these on my website, that may be something I have to add as a service, is to go ahead and enlarge that hole. But I'll figure that out when I get there. Go ahead. So Justin's got them on completely backwards.
I was just test fitting them.
And I always get them backwards myself. But you can see now they'll fall on there. And if they get almost there and don't go all the way flush down, those nuts will pull them up there. Just some crusty stuff up there. Not a huge deal. That's just part of it. Just keep in mind these little ears stick out, and then yep, brake pad rides there. So now we'll cinch them down to about 3 Uggadugs.
3 Uggadugs.
Get both sides tightened up, you can slide the axles back in. Now step 36, get rid of these things. About messed up. Where they belong. So now you're ready to slide the axles in. If you're trying to spin them in here by yourself, if you're not careful, you'll spin these little spiders off there. I'm scared of my finger.
Coming in.
All right. Yep, you're splined in. Keep going all the way. Yep. Slide that. Now pull back.
Got your fingers clear?
Yep. I think.
Oh, it didn't take.
Oh, yeah. Pull. There you go. So now that's back. Do the same thing on the other side. I'll show you how to slide this pin back in. So now, don't pinch your finger off, but if you can reach over in there, feel where it's nice and home. And then that axle's got to be squished out, and we can slide through. Them little oil things. Where'd the pin go?
Pin's on the floor right there.
Sometimes them little the things will slide and get misaligned. So, see, that is the wrong one.
Wrong side.
Yep.
We
can edit that part out, can't we?
Yeah, we can edit that part out. Cut.
So now,
you can't put it in that hole.
the cameraman. So this is what I usually do, is go ahead and stick the pin in. That way, if you're having to tap it in, you know about where it's at. And then, oh, too far. Come on. There we go. Dab a thread locker on that, and then hand tighten thread lock should be good. So now that should be good to go. He's gonna clean it up, get his diff cover cleaned up. I don't think we have to add that in the video. Should be good. One part that gets overlooked, and there's a simple fix for it. Right here, you see how thin drum brakes are? I mean, they're like really thin. So if you can see right in there, these are about a 1/4 inch thick. So that's the part nobody ever thinks about, is this is a drum brake spacer, and you need a disc brake spacer now. So one thing I'm pretty sure you can get front, I think this is one, I know they're longer, but you can get front studs and just push them in place of the drum stud, I guess you'd say. But since he's on steel wheels, they're very thin, so he's gonna be just fine. But if you're running aluminum wheels, definitely watch out for that, because that could be pretty bad. I don't even think Justin knew that, did you?
Thought I was going to have to do more mods.
Oh, you didn't know about the...
I remember, but I forgot about it,
Yep.
because I'm trying to think. Yeah, I did it on my green Jeep, but I had wheel spacers on it,
Yeah.
so it worked out fine.
Dude's got cheat codes.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yeah. For years, I was just like everybody else. I'll just show you. If you look up there, I've got all sorts of squeezy bottle hoses. Got these little things. Finally broke down and bought one of them, and they're a dream come true.
I didn't know you could do a full pump. Like all the way up.
What you been doing?
This.
All right, next step. So on the brake line, this is a rear for a ZJ. Pretty sure you can get them for a WJ for the rear. They're a little different. Or if you've just got front ones laying around, the front ones will work fine. But what happens is, this is obviously going to sit here and you've got a lot of excess. So just something to put in your notes at home. See how it's got that little ridge right there? If you take a grinder and get rid of that ridge, so you can only put it that way or that way or that way. That way you can just pretty much put it, well, pretty much just put it wherever you want. Not a necessity, but when we get to the brake lines, I'll kind of explain better. I don't 100% know this. Something to watch out for. Your brake pads will have both of them, what do you call it, both little notches, whereas these don't have a notch. From what I know, gathered, well, put it on for me.
I've seen them both ways before, but I don't know.
You got the whole.
The whole thing's backwards.
Yeah, you got to push them bolts through.
Oh,
yeah, push
I've
them.
done this before. I don't know why.
And you got to push the slides back.
It's brand new. I ain't never dealt with a brand new one before.
Yep, there you go.
Daggone.
Need your room. Dang. And leaf springs get right in the way, so you got to have your bolt already stuck in. So now you'll hook the bottom. Yeah, I know that's the way it's got to be. Yeah. You hook the bottom, and then you got to slide this clip on.
Okay.
So let us get that on there.
Are you still videoing me, ain't you?
Well, I kind of.
No, it's right here. It's right here.
I kind of lied just to fuzz. Yeah, it does. See, it hits there. And when you get thicker leaf springs, it would be even more. So you can't get that bolt. Well, you could. Know what I'm saying?
It's the nicest thing on this Jeep. This Jeep has, I know y'all seen, it's like 400,000 miles on it.
460 something.
Yes. It's getting a little loving.
So this is the part I might catch a little flock off of, but it's custom stuff. The brake line is basically whatever makes you happy. You can, if you was doing it right, I would get the rubber and run it over here and then reflare it and all that stuff. But
I'm gonna screw it into this hole right here, and I'm gonna bend it until it gets where it needs to be, and then
that's what I was gonna say. Just go ahead and bolt it. And just, I think we wound up figuring out the left one works better on the right, and the right works better on the left. But when I was doing them for customers,
I was like, at the end of the day, I guarantee you half these people that have drums on the back don't even work in the first place. So
don't even care. I think what I was doing in the, with customers is welding a bolt right here, and then I'd put that, give or take, right about there. The only thing to watch for is you cannot have a brake line right here, because that is where the bump stop hits right there. So that's why they go around. You got to keep that area clear. But over here, it's whatever goes. We ain't got no sway bar.
I gotta get these on. My brake lights are still on. We've been at this too long.
Did you hear what he just said? Stuff takes longer than you think. I don't know. He says it, but honestly, how long have we been at it?
It's a good hour.
I'd say an hour and a half. We stopped and ate supper, so not a bad job. So one of the hard things to do is Cherokee people. I don't know if you're doing this to a decent rig. I don't know if you're doing it to like a $20,000 Cherokee or maybe a piece of junk. So that's some of the stuff. I just have to let y'all make y'all's decisions. So like this right here, somebody may not approve. We've just kind of come around there, found a sweet spot, got it zip tied up, double zip tied, so it's really strong. I take apart junk vehicles for a living, so if you've seen some of the stuff that's on the road today and working just fine, you'd probably understand how some stuff holds together. Y'all can't see my junkyard. So now my secret way of bleeding brakes is I had to do everything by myself, so this is really simple. Number one, make sure it's got brake fluid. I've already checked it. And now we're just gonna take this off.
My brake lights said, thank you. They've been on this whole time.
So now, if you got time, what happens, and people, this is a myth, but I swear for goodness it's true. If you go up there and go all the way down with it trying to bleed it, that moves trash around in the master cylinder and then it goes bad. So just trust me on that. Just trust me. So what I do now is I open them.
I don't know what size it is.
It's gotta be a 10. Dadgummit, it's 10s, 11s, and 12s, same sizes.
She looks fat for what it is.
I know it. Yeah.
What is it? This is a 10?
Yeah, it's usually an 8. But we're just gonna open them and we're gonna let them feed the whole system and fill up until you start seeing fluid. Close it off. Then this gap right here, you pump them up till they're reasonably tight. That pushes all the air into the piston, and then you just crack them open, you hold your finger over it, and when you see all fluid, close it up, you're done. That's it. Sounds easy, doesn't it?
It always works when it works, and when it don't work,
Make sure the bleeder's on top. If you know how many times I've seen that and caught up with people trying to get their brakes to work, air floats to the top, not the bottom. So I've seen that and I felt bad for some people spending major money trying to chase that issue.
and we did it when we was kids too. Shh. Took us a while to figure it out too.
So now we just wait. So that one's already leaking, so it's good. That didn't work.
There you go.
Oh, just started leaking. Can you see it? No crappy camera. So we're gonna close it off.
Yep.
Hell, I can just use my pry bar. Well, you.
I don't think I can get up there.
Let's see what it feels like. Come on, come on. Oh, no.
I think you're overthinking it.
Yeah, get up there.
Let me. Oh boy.
You get the step ladder. What it would be like having a lifted Cherokee. I get to watch an old person fall.
This is stupid.
So like I said, there's a gap right here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but as he pumps up, we make him listen. See it moving? There. Oh, look at there. Look at there.
I heard her washing her vehicle, and I heard
Just got scared.
Got scared. Starting to get a little bit of pressure.
So we're tight.
That should be it.
Should be it. So now he just lets go. Don't do nothing. Now, let me try to get some light. If we can see. I'll crack that, and then I'm gonna watch my finger. See little bubbles? Bubbles, bubbles, bubble, bubble, bubble. That's so cool. Isn't it? No, no, don't do nothing. Now we're just gonna close it off. Let's try the other side. Hopefully this side works the same. Like I said, I do this by myself this way. Works good. So now, it's kind of hard to get an angle on it. I'm trying to get an angle and I can't do it. Sorry about that. But same principle, just watch till it's all fluid and then close it off. So now we've got both of them drain bled. See what they feel like. They'll probably go down pretty far, but they'll probably feel decent being new.
About 3/4 of a pedal. That's what it feels like.
We'll try bleeding them to make him satisfied, but they should be good. I caught him on camera. So, as you can see, there's plenty of thread on a steel wheel. Aluminum wheel, you'd be in trouble. Dang it, Justin, did you just not even do anything to your diff cover?
What are you talking about? Was I supposed to like paint it or something?
It's still oily.
Ask me if I care. This Jeep has 400-something thousand miles. I don't think it cares either.
It looks good from up here. So I'm sure by now somebody's wondering the proportioning valve. That's an open subject. I'm pretty sure they're different, but I've never changed one and we've been running them forever. That'll be something in the future. I'm gonna take one apart and measure how much fluid it moves and stuff like that, because I ain't saying it ain't better, but we just sit there and watch them work. They work good, so it's up to you. I'll have to put them on the website too.
You want me to add something? I love doing mods like this because when I get done, it's gonna be exactly.
It won't make that chattering noise.
It won't make that chattering noise. And if for some wild reason I get a wild hair and break an axle, it won't fall out now.
Yeah. That's the origination of how we figured out disc brakes. Not saying we invented it, but drum brake on a C-clip, when you break them, they slide out because there's nothing to hold them. Disc brake, when you break an axle, it won't come past the caliper. So that's why I said the proportion valve, I have nothing to say about if it works or not, because everything we've ever done has been stuck in 4 low. So the front and rear brakes are locked together. We just did it for the axle falling out of the housing.
Any rear brakes is better than no rear brakes.
Yeah, in a Cherokee.
The front does most of the work anyways.
You got brakes?
Yeah, good.
Go out there in the driveway and stomp them. How'd they do?
My front ones ain't that good.
They just ain't that good. Looks like normal Cherokee brakes. Well, I would say there goes one satisfied customer, but I did it all for free. I gave him free parts and I gave him a free seal because he dented the other one. Oh well, he's got to edit the video. So, any other ideas? Comment below. We'll just continue learning Jeep stuff. Crazy like the camera? There you go.